Well, hello again, YouTube. It's Petey. Happy New Year once again. Earlier today, I made a Happy New Year video, and I did a recommendation for a guy named Carlos Poddighe. Now, Carlos is an Italian guitar player, multi-instrumentalist. He's an incredibly talented musician who makes a one-man show where he's playing multiple instruments at the same time, singing. And what strikes me about Carlo is the pedigree of the sound, the effects, the pedals that he chooses, the quality of the live sound, the performances, and the pedigree of the source material. He's not doing children's nursery rhymes. He's chosen some of the finest music of the century. He's doing Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, and other greats such as King Crimson and David Bowie. The 21st Century Schizoid Man cover, when I watched that, then I realized this musician is one of the most talented guys you'd ever run into. He's on that level. Then I discovered he was in a trio, Imperious, and he had another band. It was at least a four-piece, I believe a four-piece band, called Embryo. Imperious and Embryo are both Pink Floyd tribute bands. Now, what the world needs is not more bands covering Pink Floyd. If you're out there and you're in a Pink Floyd band and you're doing metal and you're not using a reverse crybaby, you're using a synthesizer or tape effects, that's it. No more for you, my friend. Start over and do some ABBA meets Sex Pistols. Punk disco. Let's do that. Let's do Two Live Crew cover band for you. Now, besides having an ability to, like, he's picking the best music, and he's redefining it through these performances, so it is different. Like, he's got more pronounced and unusual or effect that has character. Like, his distortions are germanium fuzz tones is what it sounds like to me. And they have more character. His choice of an echo unit is something that has a envelope controlled delay time, something like a clarinet or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it certainly has more character. So he's making braver choices on the effect. And that's the type of thing that I absolutely love. So this is some really brave music, and as he redefines these pieces and makes them his own through this one-man act, there are things that are done differently. There are real limitations that these parameters, you must function within them. But oftentimes this is where you will find some really unique and wonderful excursions and experiments relating to music. So I love how the tempo is different. I love how the bass lines are different. I love the interaction between the split and the guitar, the two halves, and to see how he's able to navigate this stuff. And it's always graceful, it always works, some better than others, and some more unique than others. So whether you're watching Carlo and his superego, That's the stuff that's really tempting to sit there and keep scrolling through. But I'm telling you, Imperious, his trio, his Pink Floyd trio, oh my goodness, was that unbelievable. They do a medley. It's the best Pink Floyd cover music I've ever seen. And they are able to do what really nobody else was able to do. This is something that Pink Floyd did really well, which was improvise and play off each other, these psychedelic space out freakouts that Floyd used to do, like in Astronomy Domine, where it sounded like there was looping going on, and they were just playing their instruments in a fashion similar to a loop. Waters would repeat these broken down little phrases. Maybe they were tape loops. They had tape machines, so it's not for me to say, but I know how it would be like Waters, and it would split off into two halves. You would have Waters and Mason, and then the other two guys would improv over that, on top of that, and they would morph it and then bring it around back to the original thing 8 minutes later, and then finish the piece off. And that's what I really loved hearing Pink Floyd do, and these guys can do that. And they're not copying what Pink Floyd did. There are some similarities in points, and the sounds are familiar, of course, but I was just astounded at how good they are. So if you're a Floyd fan, or if you're just a fan of great music, now I'm not twisting your arm or begging you. I'm threatening you. You have to go listen to this guy's Pink Floyd cover band. And I can't tell you like how rare that is for me. Like the only Pink Floyd cover I ever liked, Braintree did Sheep. There's another group of kids in a colorful room doing metal. They do a great version of metal with Screech on bass. There was some other like metal looking guys in like a church or something, and they looked like Clutch, like they had facial hair and beards, and they did When the Tigers Broke Free. If you saw that one, they did it in a unique style with a distorted guitar with an echo on it, and they had like a military drum, and that made me cry. That made me cry. But, you know, my dad died when I was 15, and I was in the middle of the Wall album. So, of course, if I listen to When the Tigers Broke Free, I'm going to get a little macho mist. But like I said, there's only been a handful, like 3 Pink Floyd covers where I was like, that's really good, or it blew me away. And that Braintree, they do Sheep. You should look for that. That's really something special. They did their own interpretation of it. It was just like a modernized version of it with some more modern sounds, but it was pretty straightforward cover. But they injected a lot of their personality into it, and they really just knocked it out of the park. But if you don't know me, yeah, I am a Pink Floyd fanatic, and I really don't like Pink Floyd cover bands. I really don't. People are always telling me, oh, you got to go see Comfortably Joe or whatever it is, and it's like, that whole thing where the guy gets up and says hello 3 times into the mic. If you're doing that, you need to sit down. You need to fill out the form. Don't pass go. Throw all of your gear directly in the dumpster. Get a wash tub and a razor blade and just wash tub it. Go in the garage with the Chevette. Close the door. Anyway, you guys, definitely Imperious and Embryo. Those are the names. of Carlo Pagalius. What's his name? Poddighe. Carlos Poddighe. Embrius, Empryus, Imperius, and Embryo are the names of, and you can find this stuff. There's playlists. So Imperius, Pink Floyd tribute. There's 3 videos.
All right.
Interstellar Overdrive, Leo Bar Live, and Pink Floyd tribute, 8th September 2013, and it's the Italian spelling of September, so it's STTEMBRE. Poddighe Studio is the name of the YouTube channel. You guys check that out and let me know what you thought. Better yet, like and subscribe over there and let them know Petey sent you. You guys, I love you. Happy New Year. Hug your pets. And peace.